Hey, this is Warren Sprouse. You're on the Bible Forum. We're here every Sunday night until from 8 until 10 p.m. We do this every week just for you. We want to keep you up to speed on the kinds of things that are going on around the world. Looking at life through a biblical lens, you get my opinion. You don't have to accept it. You don't even have to like it. But I tell you things that maybe you don't see every day. One of these things I told you about last week had to do with Dinesh D'Souza and his new movie. It's called Hillary's America. A dear friend of mine, I want to say an old friend of mine, but he's my age, so I can't say old. A dear friend of mine saw the movie. He's in New York. He's a missionary up there to Jews, and he wrote, "My wife and I just returned from watching Hillary, the movie." It's actually Hillary's America. He corrected it later, but I felt like telling you the other side of it. Anyway, his expression, his response to it was, wow. We very highly recommend it. It is one of the most powerful and best documented movies about our political system that we have seen in a very, very long time. Have you guessed it yet? He's not a Democrat. Dinesh D'Souza is an immigrant. He is from India. He pled guilty to an illegal donation of $20,000 to Wendy Long's U.S. Senate bid. And as a result, he spent 8 months, I think it was, relegated every night to a men's home of some sort as punishment. That was, what do they call it when you're in jail at home? He had to be there every night. And I believe, if I am not correct, I think I heard him say that that's where he wrote the book. That's kind of karma. The movie first appeared in theaters on the eve of the Democrat convention, but it has already become a top-grossing documentary. It is one of the leading documentaries of 2016. In fact, it has joined the list of the top 10 grossing political documentaries of all time. It's only been out there a week. It has grossed $6.3 million on Thursday of last week. Hillary's America, with the subtitle The Secret History of the Democrat Party, is both a book and a movie. The Kindle edition is also available from Amazon. For the first time, Hillary's America made the New York Times bestseller list, coming in second behind another book exposing Clinton's past behavior just 2 weeks after its release. They don't tell you what that is in the article, but that's Dick Morris's book. With its current momentum, Hillary's America is expected to surpass Michael Moore's Roger and Me, grossing $6.7 million this weekend, and grossed $119 million for the whole week. The film begins with scenes from a San Diego halfway house where D'Souza was confined nightly in fulfillment of his 2015 sentence for pleading guilty to violations of federal campaign finance law. Many conservatives claim the Obama administration was exacting revenge on D'Souza for criticizing the president in his film, Obama's America. Gerald R. Molen, producer of D'Souza's 2 previous films, told WND World Net Daily in January 2015 that the charges were, quote, the equivalent of prosecuting a political dissident in the Soviet Union for jaywalking, end of quote. D'Souza says, I came to America to live a different kind of life and to experience the American dream. It is the Democrats who interned the Japanese Americans after World War II. I should say during World War II. So unbelievably, D'Souza said, this Democrat Party has been implicated in the most sordid and heinous acts of history, and yet in a movie of unbelievable jiu-jitsu, what they do is they take all their crimes and blame them on the South, or blame them on the Republicans, or blame them on America, as if America did this or America did that. But America didn't do it. The Democrats did it. D'Souza goes on to say many of the themes of the old rural plantations the Democrats have recreated, not just for blacks but for immigrants, they've created currently. Things like barrios and ghettos and slums. You see, they're responsible for that stuff. There are no Republicans around. It's the Democrat mayors in these big liberal Democrat cities. It's the Democrat school superintendents. It's Democrats all the way down. This is the miserable, bigoted legacy of this Democrat Party. He goes on to say, I think this is the power of the movie. It completely interrupts and discombobulates. I didn't really think that was a word. The Democrat narrative. He says, no other country has a dream. There is the American dream, but there is no Indian dream. There is no French dream. There's no Chinese dream. It is only here in this country where you can start out at the bottom, and if you climb up the ladders of opportunity, you're going to get ahead. And this movie and the book and D'Souza's philosophy and all the rest of it are there to tell you and to chronicle it and document it that the Democrats don't want you to be able to do that without them. They want to be able to be the ones that get the credit for all that you do. And they're very upset with people who, as we say, pull themselves up by their own bootstraps and are able to make a living and maybe become millionaires in this country without help from the government. They're working very hard to make sure that never happens again. That's the whole thesis of the movie, Hillary's America. My friend says it's the best thing he's seen in a long time. And the money that people are spending to go see it and the rave reviews that are coming out say the same thing. You need to go see it before you vote.